Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the eTrailer Kayak Carrier with tie-down kits here on our 2021 Subaru Outback Wagon. Now this can be an excellent way of getting your kayak on the top of your car and get it to wherever you need to take it. Now the eTrailer Kayak Carrier is going to offer you a lot of great advantages that you might start seeing on some of those higher premium carriers without actually having a dip in the bank account to do so. So getting a lot of those great features and a nice low price for ourselves. Taking a look here too, you can see it does come with those tie-down kits as the title suggests. And now what's great about these, we actually kind of like offer it and kind of suggest it to a host of our different carriers. You are getting a lot of great straps and nice little features throughout the entire thing on it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you guys want to take a closer look here with me, you can see that you are getting a lot of good strap length on here. So we're going to have no trouble on getting over most of our kayaks. As you can see, this extra strap. You will also notice these little nylon holders here. These guys are great for holding these extra straps in. That way they're not billowing. We're not having to tie them up, and they're not going to be a hazard for us as we are driving on the road. And on the inside here too, you are getting this little felt covering. Now this guy is great. It's gonna have that little eTrailer logo, of course, but on the underside, that is our cam buckle here. So what it does a great job of is making sure we're not getting any kind of debris on the inside of our cam buckle, making sure we're not gonna have any kind of weather corrosion adding to this, but as well as we can cover it. And what that does a great job of is on this backside here, now we're not gonna be rubbing up, doing any kind of damage to our kayak. And as well as when we go to take the strap off, we can make sure that the cam buckle is covered. So if you have any accidents when you are pulling the strap off and the cam buckle falls, hits on the top of the roof of the car, we're really reducing the damage and that impact that we're gonna have on the top of our car. So love to see that little cover there, really starts adding a lot for us today. Well, we also are getting some bow and stern straps. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how those are held in place. So you are getting this nice little foam blocker here. These guys are commonly referred to as dog bones, and they're great to throw anywhere inside of our vehicle and give us a temporary attachment point. So you can see here, we don't have like a great place for like an S-hook to hook in. The only place might be down here towards the frame. And even then, you know, we're getting more caught underneath our hood. So it's nice that we can get this to the side of our vehicle. And these guys, I mean, you can pretty much throw them anywhere as long as you're not hooking up to any kind of important machinery or any kind of moving parts on the inside. They become great as a temporary attachment point, and that way we can just pull up on here, pull on the hood, and that way we keep our kayak nice and secure on our carriers. Well, we've already gone over the straps just a little bit, but just to give us a closer look here, you can see that these nylon holders do a good job of holding this guy in until we give it enough to let it go ahead and release. We can push that felt out of the way and just start releasing our strap. Now I want to take note of exactly how we have this strapped in. So you'll notice we have our one cam buckle side that's coming across the top of our kayak, and then our other side is also going across, looping underneath that top bar and back across our kayak. Underneath our entire roof bar system here, which is important, we're going to help our carrier as much as we can, so that's going to give us a lot of stability, take a lot of that strain off of the carrier, and then back around up into the cam buckle system. So that can be a great way of making sure that all of our force is pushing this kayak into our carrier. Therefore, we're not going to be worried about it popping off, doing any kind of craziness. So to release it, all I want to do is pull that cam buckle side until the rest of the strap comes, and just like that, we're free. So now that we have our straps off, we want to go ahead and take off our kayak. Now the Subaru sits up just high enough, pretty good height for me. I'm about 6'1" here. Now you can use this carrier to really help you take this guy down. What I like to do, push on the bottom here of the kayak. It's going to go ahead and start rotating. You can catch the top of that, really utilizing these kind of side mounts here to take most of the weight, and therefore you can get nice and set underneath your kayak and take it off. So now that we have the kayak off, we can actually get a closer look of the carrier itself. You are seeing some nice little foam paddings on either end here to make sure that we're not having any contact with our carrier and our kayak. Therefore, it is going to be nice and protected on this nice foam. I can see this holding up well in the weather as well. Kind of got that marine foam, so it's going to be very easy to clean off. Going to be holding up in the weather. Now the metal itself is aluminum, very lightweight to throw this guy on and off, and that's also going to be great for any kind of rust or corrosion. Going to be holding up well in that weather. On the inside too, you are getting a little bit of a spring pad here, and that can help with just a little bit of that shock absorption. That way, if we do hit anything very heavy, I'm going to be pushing this up against our straps. Therefore, it's going to stay nice and secure for ourselves. Now, this guy is in the J-style position here today, but as you guys can see, we do have an integrated teeth system to make sure that we can actually move it. To give us an idea though, I'm gonna go ahead and from the roof of the car to the very top of our Carrier in this position is putting us right at 19 and a 1/4 inches there from the top of the Subaru, as you guys can see. So we do have a way of shortening that down though. Maybe we need to pull this in the garage or get through those pesky drive-throughs. To do so, I just simply pull on these levers towards me. Might have this guy a little bit too tightened here, so we can actually go ahead and loosen that guy if you were getting that little bit of tension like we were, guys. Then we can bring this down and pull in our teeth like so, and we are nice and collapsed. So we're really cutting down a lot of that space. I want to go ahead, give us a quick look here. Gonna have to kind of eyeball it from the roof of the car here to the top. It's putting us about 6.5 inches there. So tons of space already saved down. Definitely gonna be able to pull this guy in the garage now if we have to, which is great. Taking a look at how it's mounted though, you guys can see this little mounting flange down here. We have these two little hand knobs here, and these guys are pretty easy to use, and especially they're great on smaller crossbars like the factory ones here on the Subaru. You're gonna get a lot of this thread exposed, allowing you to ratchet these or spin these guys up all the way really quick. Now the one thing I will say about this, they do work a little bit more better with your flatter, more aero style bars. Now they definitely work for your round, square, or factory as we mentioned. However, they just have a little better with these kind of flatter blades. As you guys can see, it's a bit of a longer flange. So just one little thought, if you guys are looking at your kind of crossbars, I would go with the kind of flatter ones if you guys can. So my one big caveat with the eTrailer Kayak Carrier though is we don't have a lot of great innate security measures. The only thing we can really do is take this guy off our vehicle. Now that's not too hard to do, very easy with how this element actually hooks up. However, it can be a bother to do it over and over again. So if that's something that you're really worried about and you don't want to have to find yourself taking it on and off all the time, especially if you're going out a lot, I might recommend taking a look at the Yakima J-Lo Kayak Carrier. You're going to get a great little locking core feature that can make sure that it is going to stain to the roof of your vehicle when you leave it unattended. Well, as you guys saw, taking the kayak off is not that difficult on this guy. The Subaru is at a pretty good height for us to utilize this Carrier. These mounts aren't actually too hard for us to get that kayak up onto, and then become in a nice little section to take most of that weight of that kayak. When we get on there, it makes it really easy to strap down. Well, I think that about does it for a look at the eTrailer Kayak Carrier with tie-down kit here on our 2021 Subaru Outback Wagon. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.